We grow accustomed to the dark, when light is put away, as when the neighbor holds the lamp to witness her goodbye. A moment, we uncertain step for newness of the night, then fit our vision to the dark, and meet the road erect. And so of larger darkness, those evenings of the brain, when not a moon disclose a sign, or star come out within. The bravest grope a little, and sometimes hit a tree, directly in the forehead, but as they learn to see, either the darkness alters, or something in the sight adjusts itself to midnight, and life steps almost straight. I can relate to this poem because I know everyone, including myself, has darkness, and I try to not let that darkness cloud up my sight of what is most important. Sometimes I have negative thoughts about my math skills. Sometimes there are moments when I think I just can't do it. I know that it is my darkness pushing me, and I lose sight of what is most important. Realizing that, I try my best to keep focus of what's really important to me, like getting a good grade and learning, really understanding math. Okay, so for the first line I'm going to interpret is the bravest grope a little and sometimes hit a tree, directly in the forehead, but as they learn to see. So I interpret that as even the most strongest, most courageous people make mistakes and fail because of this thought of negativity and their inner darkness, and they lose sight of what's important, and they end up crashing and getting hurt because they lose sight of what's really important and focus on all this negativity. The second line I'm going to interpret is either the darkness alters or something in sight adjusts itself to midnight and life steps almost straight. So this is the ending of the poem, and I feel like this line is the most important part of the poem because it's saying pretty much the darkness is not going to last forever, and it's either we change our mindset of how we see the darkness, or we're going to realize that all this negativity is not going to get us anywhere, and we change our viewpoint and our life steps in a different direction. Another line I'm going to interpret is, we grow accustomed to the dark when light is put away, as when the neighbor holds the lamp to witness her goodbye. So that interprets as we grow accustomed to the dark, meaning we know, like we know all this negativity and we grow accustomed to it, meaning like once we get into this rut of negative thoughts, we just don't want to stop and we just want to keep thinking negatively and keep going on this like downhill spiral. And even the neighbor holds the lamp to witness her goodbye, it means like we know all this negativity is getting us nowhere, but still we're just kind of watching our own demise by keep on having these negative thoughts about ourselves when they're not necessarily always true. Go! I chose this poem because out of all the poems I looked at, it really stood out to me. I'm not a big fan of poetry, and I never really read poetry before this class. So looking at all the poems, it was kind of hard to pick just one because there were actually a lot of good ones I could have chose. But this one, it was so different than the others because it didn't sound cheesy, or it wasn't too long, it wasn't too short. It was perfect, and I thought the darkness was really symbolic, and I liked that the human condition was in it, of how it can relate to everyone. And this poem affected me because I can realize in myself that even I have darkness, and so does other people. And I realized that since we all have these kind of dark thoughts, that it's not unnormal to have these thoughts, and we just can't let it affect us. Like, we can't let it affect our sight of what's most really important to us.